everybody. This is Douglas Block. It's, what is today? April 4th, oh my God. All right, Doug, let's start again. April 4th, 2018. And here we are on live chat 1 week after last Wednesday. For the first time since I started this, I took Sunday off. I warned you. I told you guys ahead of time I wouldn't be here Sunday because I went to a lovely Easter service. And I was so inspired that I went ahead and posted a video called Why... what did I say? Something about why the Easter holiday, what the Easter story means to me, or why it's important to me. Anyway, it's all about, hey, Lebanon 1, hey, 1JE24. I'm waiting for some more of your puns. I need some. Anyway, yes, the Easter story, death and resurrection, right? Death and rebirth. Isn't that what we're all about here? Those of us who plummet into the depths of depression come back and rise out the other side. Interesting. It says nobody is watching. How was my Easter break? Well, I just went to a beautiful, inspiring service at the Unity Church of Portland and had a really lovely time with Joan, my partner. And as I said, I posted a video about it. And it was really, really good. And I'm glad to be back. So let's start with a little joke. This was sent to me by One Claire Lou, a book of bad jokes, pitiful puns, and awful wordplay. So I'm going to open up right here and say, well, what is the very best and cheapest light for a painter? You know, when I graduated from college, I almost became a painter. I got my degree in psychology, but I minored in art history, so I went out and tried to become an artist. And so what's the very best and cheapest light? Daylight. Okay, here's another one. What is that which is put on the table and cut but never eaten? What do you put on the table and cut and never eat it? A pack of cards. All right, well, welcome back. Today is a historic day in the United States of America. Probably none of you are old enough to remember, or you weren't even alive. But I'm 69, and on April 4th, 1968, 50 years ago today, exactly 50 years ago today, I think one of the greatest United States historical figures to ever live, Martin Luther King Jr., was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. And today at 4:01 West Coast time, 6:01 Texas time, 7:01 p.m. East Coast time, and midnight over in England or UK, we're going to do a moment of silence to honor Dr. King. So if any of you are aware at that point, 4 o'clock Pacific time, midnight UK time, please take a moment to remember someone who, like Gandhi, was dedicated to peace and justice through nonviolence, and he was an inspiration of my generation. Yeah, MLK's death is so heartbreaking. Absolutely, definitely. 1J24, where are you in Utah? You American citizen? One Claire Lou never thought the true meaning of Easter, said the Archbishop of Canterbury. Hey, One Claire, look, here's your book. See, right here. I'm demonstrating to everybody on the channel. You know what? One Claire Lou sent me the greatest present of all time besides this book. I want to show this to you guys. Here it is. Fisherman's Friend. These are lozenges for my coughing. And there's a gal in my Tuesday night group who's from the UK, going to move back there soon. And when she saw these Fisherman Friends, she started jumping up and down for joy because she's been in America for about 14 years. What a reminder of home. And I actually gave her one of these packages, One Claire Lou. So you made a fellow countryman very happy. I want you to know that. Very, very happy indeed. Her depression went away for about 5 minutes. You're from England. Well, then I didn't really know that people in the UK followed MLK. But he was another Gandhi for sure, an amazing person. You like that One, Claire Lou, right? Laughed my ass off. Oops. That's bad language on YouTube. Speaking of which, a very tragic thing happened in America. You know how I've kvetched? Kvetch is a Yiddish word. I complained that YouTube demonetizes my videos on a certain type of video. Anyway, there was a woman from Iran who was very upset with YouTube for taking off some of her videos, and she went to the YouTube headquarters in California and opened fire. Another shooter, and unfortunately she took her own life. And America, as you know, has a huge problem with gun violence, and you know, nothing seems to be done. I know the other countries must think we're crazy, which we are, but right on YouTube campus. So I'm sure this has affected many of the YouTube executives and Google who own it. Anyway, let's bless this woman. She must have been a suffering soul. But don't worry, I'm not going to do anything that extreme. I'm just going to kvetch. Hey, David Starkweather from Pennsylvania, I believe. Pun, what do you call a woodpecker with no beak? A headbanger. All right, we can do better than that, but thank you. Hey, you have jokes? Okay, here's a very good joke from Joel Osteen. I want Daniel Kate to be online here because she's from Houston, Texas. It's going to take me to one of his services, but this is, we just had Easter, so we can tell a joke about, people praying. Anyway, so these two young boys, 6 and 8, went to their grandma's house for the weekend, and because they were, went to church, they prayed before bedtime, right? And the younger one, 6 years old, says, God, please give me a new PlayStation, a new bicycle, new DVD, please. And the older brother says, don't yell so loud. God's not deaf. He says, I know that, but Grandma is. Isn't that cute? All right. Yeah, she had 6,000 subscribers, says David Starkweather. I can't imagine she was making all that much money off her videos to be upset about. Well, yeah, nobody really makes that much money off the videos. If I told you how much money I was making, you'd all become my Patreon members. David Starkweather, you should become one. I'm up to 72 patrons, and here's the website you go to. As little as $2 a month. I think 1JE24. Clara Lou, a lot of you guys have become patrons of mine. Every dollar helps to sustain this channel. I have to pay people to film it. I have to pay people to edit it. But this is labor of love. But I'm determined to, at least make part. I already am making part of my living. So yeah, I'm very thankful for this opportunity to share with you and to get compensated. And a little more compensation is cool. Speaking of which, we have the super chat at the bottom. Every Cade usually comes on, but he actually is my subscriber now to Patreon. But anyway, some of you guys make some contributions. The obesity rollers, huh? I didn't even know that. I'm very anxious, says Lebanon 1. Summer's coming and I don't have any friends to spend much time with. Can you give me any tips? Well, I don't know where you are, Lebanon 1, but in America we have something called this, meetup.com. Meetup.com. I cannot tell you how many of my clients and support group members go to Meetup and find really cool groups to go to and friends. Is Meetup international? Who knows? Anybody from the UK? Can you let me know? Reason to Stay Alive by Matt Haig. Thank you, One Claire Lou. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna dictate that into my phone because you guys make some really good recommendations. Let me see. Let's go to voice memos. Okay, here we go. Let's hit start. Okay, Reasons to Stay Alive by Matt Haig, H-A-I-G. Okay, done. And let's save it. Thank you, One Claire Lou. I have actually a book I want to recommend to you. It's actually a play written by someone from Ireland called Every Brilliant Thing. So it was played in Portland, Oregon, and it was a phenomenal success. They had to hold it over. It's about a young man who, when he was 8 years old, his mother attempted to take her life, and to cheer her up, he created a list of every brilliant thing that made life worth living. The first one was ice cream. By the time he got to be an adult, he had 100,000 items, which helped him through his own depression. It's a very funny and amazing play. And what the most amazing thing is that the person, it's a one-man show, he goes out into the audience and he interacts with the audience. They actually have it on HBO, Home Box Office, the original play on Off-Broadway, but it was done by Ian McMillan from Ireland. Phenomenal. So thank you, One Claire Lou. Yes, we need to have reasons to get up in the morning. We have to have something to look forward to. Otherwise, why put up all the suffering we're going through, right? FlexYard. How do you deal with the anxiety where your limbs would shake? I would hop on my bicycle and ride up Rocky Butte or walk very fast or run. Try to get it out through physical activity. And sometimes, if nothing worked, I would take a Klonopin. Arcade Cup from Green Bay, Wisconsin, my favorite state. I'm assuming she felt very low and depressed in her crusade. Yeah, she did stuff on veganism, which I'm into, and animal rights, so she sounded like an interesting person, but she obviously had a mental illness that was untreated. Another Punkaris wouldn't touch, with the Baji. Okay, very good. I think you need at least 200,000 subscribers to start making a decent amount of money off videos. David Starkweather, you're right. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Today is April 4th. In 10 days, I'm going to hit 10,000 subscribers. So any of you who have not subscribed to my channel yet, please help me reach that 10,000 mark. It's going to happen no matter what. I will be, 1/20th of the way there. So let me see, 10,000 a year. What do we have, David Starkweather? We have 18 years. Hey, guess what? When I'm 87 years old, I'll have 200,000 subscribers. I'll start to make a living at 87. I just have to live to be 100. Fantastic, David. All right. What I was going to put something down there. Well, oh yeah, the YouTube channel. You know how to get to my YouTube channel. www.youtube.com /user/HEALINGDEPRESSION. Is that it? Yeah. So go to my homepage and click on the subscribe button. And if you click onto the bell to the right of it, you'll be notified every video and every live chat. So David, I'm going to hit 10,000 subscribers in about 10 days, and I'm going to celebrate. We're going to do a special video just on that. Well, it's a shame I haven't hit it already. Well, as I say, when I'm 87, I have something to look forward to. Hey, I get to stay alive for 18 more years to get 200,000 subscribers. Whoop-de-doo! If he walked up to me and talked to me during the play, I'd have an anxiety. But guess what, FlexYard? He already checks with people ahead of time if they want to be in the play. No surprises. So it's called, I want you to go look this up, everybody. It's one of the most inspiring plays I've ever seen, and you can get the book from Amazon.com, but no, you got to see it live. And it's one of your countrymen, you guys in the UK. It's called Every Brilliant Thing. I want you to go at least look it up on YouTube. You need to stop a shtick to get that many subscribers. I don't know, maybe a saying you can repeat, or maybe wear a pink afro wig. Yeah, something really, well, you know, I could do all sorts of gimmicks, but that's not me. I'm just basically, a professor who knows a lot about depression, has suffered a lot. So I just try to express what I know and what my experience is. And, you know, I get so many comments from you guys, so many emails. I know I'm making a difference, even if I only have, I shouldn't say only, I'm making a huge difference. My God, I'm very grateful. I guess it'll be a great day. I can't wait for 87 posting the video. Hey, my father lived to be 92, and my godson's mother lived to be 101. So there you have it. And by the way, there's a book. Who recommended it? Oh God, it's just somebody I saw yesterday. Oh my God, it's about the fastest growing sector in the United States. People 85 and older, the fastest growing demographic, and it was a beautiful book. Oh my God, who was I talking to yesterday? You guys got to help me out. I want to read this book. It's interviews with people who are over 85 years old. Anyway, let's go back to depression. Let's have some good questions. Depression, anxiety, living on one. If you're being honest, would you advise someone with 7 depressions to stay alive? Of course I would. Severe depressions, because I don't like the thought of living 70 years just to pay bills, stress, eventually die anyways. Well, living on one, you cannot predict the future based on the past. You may have had depressions, and even in the midst of depression, there are moments of joy and light, even in the midst of the darkness. I want you to start writing them down. Every time during the day where you have a positive thought or feel good, even if it's for 10 seconds, get a journal, start writing it down. Like today, April 4th at 10 a.m., I saw the sun come up, or I saw a bird and I felt good, or, you know, someone called me and I had a nice conversation, or I ate a piece of ice cream or whatever. Anytime you feel the slightest bit of pleasure, write it down and keep a journal. That will really retrain your brain. 101, what a wonderful woman. Yes, well, there's a lot of are they called centenarians? I think that's the word. People over 100. My God, they're also a very fast-growing demographic. But what was the name of that book? I am so frustrated I can't remember it. I'm going to have to go. Maybe I'll Google it. Someone Google it. Book of stories for people over 85. Look that up. Have you ever heard of Dr. Claire Weeks? Yes, many people have referred me to her on anxiety. I haven't looked her up yet, but I'm going to have to make a note of it right here in my voice notes. Okay, so how do we get out of here? Seem to be jammed. Well, hold on, I can't. All right, well, I'll have to go back here. Claire Weeks, thank you. How many times a week do you bike dough? D-O-U-G-H, I didn't know I was dough. I used to bike 4 to 5 times a week. I only bike twice a week now. I've cut back for various reasons. I've just been too busy making videos, but I went on a really nice ride yesterday. I hadn't done it in 2 years, called Two Kings, up Rocky Butte, down, and up Mount Tabor, down. About 1,100 feet climb. Boy, did I feel good afterwards. I was feeling anxious and a little bit off by the time I was done with that ride. After an hour and 45 minutes, I felt 100%. I recommend any of you out there to do cardiovascular exercise and get your heart rate up to 90% of its maximum rate, and you will not feel depressed after that. I'm finally going to be honest about my depression, anxiety, and addiction with people. I'm finally going to stop being funny and actually well. I like that one, J24. It's okay to be funny part of the time, but you don't want it to be a front to hide your true self from people. Then you're just avoiding being authentic. So I 100% essentially, you know, what's the word? I commend you and support you on doing that. Yeah, that's the thing you don't know. It's just admit you don't know. A lot of freedom in not knowing, not projecting the future. Very good, David Starkweather, because we don't know what's going to happen the next day, and oftentimes it can be a miracle. You know, they say in AA, don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. I'm seeing a beautiful bird outside, a moment of pleasure, a little finch right outside my window. Raphael, nice to see you from you. I wonder if anyone over 100 years realizes that they're still alive. Of course they do. Don't be absurd. This woman who is 101 years old, one of my biggest fans, she was sharp as a tack, man. Had better memory than most of you guys, I'm sure. Anyway, her name was, yeah, so much for Alzheimer's. It began with an L, I know that. And anyway, yeah, no, people over 100 can still have their minds pretty much intact. Oh, Zone We Lost, nice to see you too, thank you. Arcadia, I bet my first bird bath for some scenery. Well, yeah, hopefully they'll get some birds in it too. Laugh out loud. Okay, so this was sent to me by a 5-year-old birthday present. The laugh out loud joke for kids, over 1 million sold. Now these have some lovely puns, okay? Here's a good one. How did Thomas Edison invent the light bulb? He got a bright idea. Okay, how about this one? What does a rain cloud wear under its clothes? What does a rain cloud wear under its clothes? Well, thunderwear, of course. Okay, one more. This is my favorite. Why was the broom late for school? I didn't know brooms went to school, but why was this broom late for school? He overswept. All right, let's get serious. That's what I've done so many times, try to be funny with counselors, therapists, and friends and family, but I found the right help. Hopefully, yes. Well, if you reach out long enough. Okay, one clear reflects. There's a woman called Nicola Bird you will find on Facebook, A Little Peace of Mind, who looks at treating anxiety, inspired by Sydney Banks. Oh, I love Sydney Banks. Yes, the three principles, or the three something. One of my clients uses Sydney Banks. And of course, we need a pen, which we don't have. Oh, we do have a pen, far out. And now I need a piece of paper. I got one right here. Claire Weeks. I got to look her up, guys. C-L-A-I-R-W-E-E-K-S. Okay, I'll look her up. Right here. Yeah. No, I agree with David Lebanon one. Taking your life is worse than living. Anybody who has ever tried to take their own life and has survived have said they were so glad they lived. And there's a very famous guy named Kevin Hines. He jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. As soon as he passed the railing, he realized everything that I thought in life was unfixable is in fact fixable. What I thought was unfixable is fixable. He regretted it. Fortunately, he lived. And now he goes around the country doing talks on suicide prevention. So no, there is a solution in this lifetime, living on one. You just have to hang in there until you find it. So we lost. Watch on YouTube channels Grandma and Ginga. They are sisters. One is 104 years young and the other is 99. They are truly an inspiration. Thank you, Zomi Loss. I'm going to watch that. 104.99. Wow. Sounds like a basketball game score. Okay, Grandma and Ginga. Write that down. Get this pen to work. G-R-A-M-A-A and Ginga, G-I-N. How do you spell that? G-A. Okay, that's one. That's two. All right, I'm getting some good ideas from you guys. I love those phones. I also got a book from a child filled with Hard Henry's Puns is a children's program in the UK. Wow. Okay, well, send it to me. Okay, Kimbo, Blooder Rocket. I love your channel. It's helped me with depression. Thank you. I haven't seen you before in this live chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Rosmus A. Hi, everyone. Douglas, you did have a good Easter? Yes, I did. I posted a video called Why the Easter Story is Special to Me. Go check it out. It's the last video I posted. And so please look it up on my channel. Tracy, you're back. I've seen Grandma and Ginga. They are funny and great to watch. Thank you. Arcade Cup. Greetings, Kimbo. All right. Flex here. How do you trust that your depression episode would end? The thought of it never going away keeps me, depressing me for the day. Well, here's what happened, Flex Yard. I was depressed when I was 18, when I was 26, when I was 32, when I was 47, and when I was 66. 5 episodes. Guess what? They all ended. So you have a track record, right? What goes down must come up. That's why go watch my video, Flex Yard. The one I just posted. It's all about Easter. It's all about what death is followed by rebirth. Night is followed by day, winter is followed by spring. We're having spring in Oregon. It's beautiful. Spring always follows winter. So yes, depression by its very nature is time limited. Write that down, Flex Yard, time limited. There is an end and there's a new beginning that comes. So, you know, I've had 5 depressive breakdowns and I'm still alive. So I trust, you know, that there is always renewal. Now, I don't want to have to go through any more to learn that lesson. I've learned that, ladies and gentlemen. No more, thank you. But did that help, Flex Yard? You know, when I was in the hospital in '83, the social worker said, the best predictor of the future is the past. And since, Douglas, you did come out of it, my parents were worried I would never leave home and I'd never get better. But the social worker was very wise. Depression by nature is time limited. Thank you. Guess what, Arcade Cup? Life is time limited. You know what the Buddhists say? Impermanence. Here, I'm going to write that down. Flex Yard, check this out. IMPERMANENCE. By the way, one more thank you to Claire Lou. Fisherman's Friends, aniseed. I'm going to take one right now because my throat's getting a little choppy. One, Claire Lou, when out of these, I expect you to send me some more. This too shall pass. Yeah, my favorite saying. Every time I suck on one of these things, or, you know, these things help me, I think of one Claire Lou. Mata Vishnu, hey, hey, I love your name. I'm 19, I've struggled with depression, then anxiety and panic attacks for 7 years. Wow, since 12? Sakai, haven't worked out antidepressants, anxiety, sleeping meds have? I'm not quite sure. What has worked, what has helped you, Mata Vishnu? It looks like some things have helped you. Could you repeat that? What goes down must come up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Arcade Cup. Does joy after depression compensate for the years of the pain? Flex Yard, could you please get this book from Amazon? You can get the Kindle for about $10, Healing from Depression. I'll tell you what, I'll do you something even better. Email me, douglasblog@gmail.com. Flex Yard, I will send you a free ebook of When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, which is my memoir. And so this is what I'm going to send you, Flex Yard. So chapter 10. After the pain, the joy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. When I awoke from the nightmare of depression, I found that the illness had left unexpected gifts in its wake. The black cloud of depression had for me a silver lining. So, to answer your question, the joy after the depression did compensate for the years of pain. You know what they say in Shakespeare, all's well that ends well? So, I talk all about the joy that came after the depression. So you asked the right question, Flex Yard. Remember, email me, douglasblog@gmail.com. I will send you a copy ebook of this, and you can read how I recovered and had more joy after than before. N-Star, wow, you're back. Any thoughts on the shooting yesterday at YouTube? She was mad about monetization changes. Yes, yes, I'm mad also, but I'm not going to do anything drastic. Yeah, the woman obviously had a mental disorder. What can I tell you? And she didn't get treated. It's a tragedy. I just think it was a tremendous tragedy what happened at YouTube. Ever notice that snakes don't have arms? It's the reason they don't wear vests. Okay, that's an interesting observation. 1J24, here's a pun from Hard Henry's Purple Hand Gang joke book. Why are insects clever? Because they always know when you're having a picnic. Is that cleverness or just instinct? Oh, Scott Barrow, you're fashionably late. Well, Scott from the UK. That's right. The National Health Service is not doing the job for you. There must be some low-cost therapy you can get. In America, in Portland, there are so many clinics here and agencies that can give you free counseling. I'm very, very impressed. The more I hear about other countries, the more impressed I am with the mental health services in Portland, Oregon, even though people are very critical of them. So, my Easter video, right? My Easter video? What was the Easter video about? Where is Julie Hayes when we need her? Okay. Jesus rose from the dead, right? Even if you're not Christian, look at this. The phoenix bird, a universal symbol used by medieval Christian writers in their writings. And from the ashes I rise. This is what it's about. This is what Easter is about. I know mental health is awful in the UK. I'm really sorry to hear that. But from the ashes I rise. So please, please, please remember that. That resurrection is the name of the game. It's not just an Easter story. It's true. There's a mythology in the Greeks about Demeter, Ceres and Penelope. He went into the underworld with Pluto and then came back out. You know, all these stories. Osiris in Egypt. Many death and rebirth stories throughout civilization. Once again, we have the super chat. Hey, April went off to a good start. I got a very nice pledge from a man named Michael. Thank you, Michael. But I'm waiting for a super chat here. I know that. I don't know. One of you guys will come through, maybe Arcade Cup. Although, actually, yeah, you've made donations before. I'm looking to get cognitive behavioral therapy. Well, CBT will be helpful. 1G24 always helps to restructure your mind. I have a chapter in Healing from Depression on cognitive therapy that's very good. I hate to be self-promoting, but 1J24, do you have Healing from Depression? It's really, really everything I know about depression recovery. Okay, Lebanon 1, is it normal to miss people very much even though you never had much contact with them in the first place? Yeah, I mean, you know, human beings are hardwired for connection. Of course you miss people you care about. Did you say what happened when he died? Yeah. He came back and he said, I am with you even until the end of the age or the end of the world. Yeah, he came back and talked to the disciples. So goes the myth, you know. But you're going now, but I don't have the book. Well, check it out. Get it from the library, 1J24. It's free if you get it from the library. It's in libraries all over the world. So, you know, if you don't want to spend the $9.95, no, it's really helpful. Come on, you're in recovery. I'm not saying mine is the only book, but I'm saying it's damn complete. I've been struggling with this for 50 years. Anyway, keep up the good work. Thanks for the puns, and remember to be authentic with your friends. All right. Zayam, hello Doug, good to see you. Good to see you again. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So does everybody get the Easter story? Death, resurrection, death and rebirth? That is essentially it. Yours is the best book? Well, I won't say it's the best book I've ever written on depression, but it is certainly the most easy to understand and the most straightforward. I was a math teacher. Everything is laid out very systematically and very easy to understand and to practice. So yeah, you know, I have a one of my favorite clients in my Tuesday group, been with me for 2 years and finally got my book. Wow, she said, it's really good. I said, I've been telling you about that for 2 years. It took you 2 years to find out. So there you have it. Here's somebody I haven't met before. Let's grow together. Sometimes no solution. Imagine a person who's stuck in North Korea or a depression situation because of living in the country. Accepting life like a slave is not a solution. Well, you bring up a good point. Let's get together. Sometimes people are trapped in a situation that is situational that they can't change. You're absolutely correct. But I want you to read a book, Let's Get Together. Please do. It's only 98 pages. It's this book. This will blow your mind. It's the most important book I've ever read. I'm serious. Certainly more important than anything I've ever written. It's called Man's Search for Meaning. Has anybody read this book? By a psychiatrist named Victor Frankl. Whoops, I can't even write correctly. Frankl. Viktor Frankl, in the concentration camps, in Auschwitz, the most notorious concentration camp of them all, captured by the Nazis, no way out. And yet, he said, even within the concentration camps, there was a way to find purpose and meaning. And that's what that book is about. And he says a very famous line, the last of human freedoms is the freedom to choose your attitude in any given situation. So even somebody in North Korea who's stuck can find bits of meaning. Now, I'm not saying I'd like to go there. It still sucks, but there is a way to make meaning out of and choose your attitude even in situations that you can't control. You can tell us more, Kimbo? I'm not quite sure what you wanted me to tell. I will put on my list. Yes, you must read Man's Search for Meaning. The difference between Christ's resurrection mythology is there's documented eyewitnesses accounts of resurrection, not so with any mythological figure. Well, that's true, but you know, many people would say that the resurrection of Jesus was a story more than a fact. So I'm not going to, you know, we're not going to get an argument of religion, but even if mythology is talking about principles, the principle is still a principle, even if there weren't so-called real figures, even if, you know, Ceres or Demeter was not a real figure. The fact is, everybody who's watching this channel, anybody who's lived for any period of time, knows what it's like to die and to be resurrected. I promise you. I have so many books on depression and self-help books, I've vowed not to buy any more because it's become sort of an addiction. Yeah, well, I agree with you, David. At some point, you got to take the books and start applying the principles. So, yeah. Jack Spain. Wow, I love your name. Is that your real name? The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. I love My Fair Lady, the play. Probably no one has ever seen it. Very popular on Broadway. Remember, what was it? Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews. We all know who Julie Andrews is. What time do you do these live chats? Okay, Jack Spain, write this down. Every Sunday and every Wednesday at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, U.S. That's 3 p.m. on the East Coast of the U.S., 8 p.m. in England, 9 p.m. in Denmark, probably who knows what time it is in Australia, maybe 8 a.m. the next day. So that's the answer. Noon, Wednesday and Sunday, Portland, Oregon. Rasmus says, David Starkweather, do you really actually read all these self-help books or just making a collection? It's annoying that I can't really reply to people on here directly, but anybody watching the football, soccer, you mean right now on J24, like right now there's a game on? Yeah. By the way, if you go to Hello, I'm Greg, Hello, if you email him, you can get on his what's called his online support group by downloading an app called Telegram, and then you can talk directly to people. Okay, Jack Spain TY. I'm not quite sure what TY means, but you can let me know what that means. I have no idea what that acronym means. So yes, so I have a new video coming up on Monday of this week called Back from the Brink. It's another story about someone who's died and come back to life from depression. Her name is Carolyn. Please watch for it. And again, it just shows that what goes down must come up. Thank you, Jack Spain. I'm still not understanding what TY means, but anyway. I'm a football fan, but not a fan of any of the 4 teams playing right now. You must mean, of course, soccer, Rasmus. In America, we call football, like, you know, we have a different name for it. Zayam, I've read it before, was just mind-blowing. His basic message, remember, is not to ask the meaning of life, but to look for what they ask from us and do that simple shift of perspective, but so powerful. So you have read Man's Search for Meaning. Any other thoughts on Martin Luther King Jr., assassinated 50 years ago today? You know, he was amazing because the night before he did a speech in Memphis, Tennessee, where he said, I have been to the mountaintop, I've seen the promised land, I'm not worried, I'm not fearing anyone or any man. We'd all like to have its life, longevity has its place, but I've been to the mountaintop and I've seen the promised land, and I may not get there with you, but I've seen the promised land. He's like Moses. He's a reincarnation of Moses from the Old Testament. because Moses went up to the, Mount Sinai and saw the promised land, but he never went in there. He died, and then Joshua took the people in. So I would say that Martin Luther King Jr. is an allegorical reincarnation of Moses, the prophet from the Old Testament, who led his people out of Egypt. Let my people go. And that's what Martin Luther King said about African Americans. Let my people go, freeing his people from apartheid in America, also called segregation. So a huge amount of parallels between Moses and MLK, and, just giants in history. What can I tell you? Oh, TY is thank you. Well, thank you. I learned an acronym like LMAO. I never knew what LMAO meant until somebody on this channel taught me. Hey, where is my friend Mike Bordner? He's usually on this live chat. I should have called him ahead of time. Sounds like Bruce is making his own dinner in the background. He's not waiting. No way. Nope. Wow, look at this amazing bird. Oh my goodness, I should take a picture of this on my camera and show it to you, but well, maybe I will. It's a beautiful, beautiful finch on my bird feeder outside my window. Very, very, very cool. Hey, we're 36 minutes in the hour. No super chats yet. I don't want to be disappointed. I'm waiting for someone to step up to the plate and show a little bit of generosity. That would be very cool. So thank you. I'm glad, Ziam, that you watched or read Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I can't directly reply on this live chat. Please send help. What do you mean directly reply? If someone says something, you can essentially ask for somebody's email address if you want their email address. I love your kindness. Thank you, Jack Spain. Where are you from, by the way? What country are you from? Well, oh my God, this is horrible. Okay, this is about American football. What kind of insects are bad at football? Fumblebees. What do birds do before they work out? They do their warm-ups. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No eye deer. Hey, 1J, $1.99. Thank you. And you're from the UK, because that's $1.99 pounds, which I think that's $50 US. No, I'm joking. I think, what's the exchange rate about $1.50? Thank you very much. God, there's a little picture of you there. Very nice. Anyway, I keep forgetting you're from the UK. I keep thinking you're American, but I guess not. You like that, Kimbo. Blonder Rucker. What a strange name that is. Where do you make that up? Jeff! Oh my God, Jeff! I haven't seen you in a lifetime. Hello, Doug. It's been a dip for last week. Now it sucks after the 5 month of hell. Don't want that again. Well, you won't have to have it again. Reach out for support. Did you see my, I have a video I just posted 2 weeks ago. So here's the video. By the way, thank you, 1J24. Okay, so here's the video I just posted last week. So, Jeff, watch that video, What I Learned from My Depressive Relapse. It's all about what you do. Number 1, don't panic. Number 2, reach into your toolkit. Number 3, tell yourself, this too shall pass. That's what you do. But watch that video. Rasmus say, also I bet you can see all sorts of contradictory advices. One saying be grateful, the other's one saying if you're in a bad situation, don't force yourself to be grateful. I love these chats. Thank you, Kimbo. But tell me where Kimbo Blonder Rocker comes from. You deserve it. Well, thank you. I don't know who deserves. Oh, right. You're talking about the donation. Yes, of course I deserve it. And thank you for being a patron. There's tons of birds outside my window. Oh my God, birds represent ideals. They're just feasting at my feeders. Fantastic. How has your time been since your dip? And from Ireland. Well, which dip? You're talking about the one in February? I'm feeling better now. It's been about a month. So yeah, I'm back my normal, melancholy, pessimistic, miserable self. Yeah. Bad affirmation, Doug. You know what Sigmund Freud said? Recovering from depression is, just going back to your normal life of misery. Of course, he was a pessimist. You're from London, Clinton. Well, you got a lot of UK people on here. You guys should meet somewhere in the UK and have a little support group. I don't have a lot of books, but I have bought a few. Some have been a temporary diversion. And yes, I've been feeling a lot better. And Kimbo, thank you very much. You may want to connect some of your UK colleagues like Scott Bauer and Enda. February's dip, great. You hit it well. Well, hey, End to F in the year 2015, when I was basically suicidal, I led my depression support groups every week. I didn't hide it well. People were looking at me and saying, oh my God, why are we even here? This guy's the most depressed person in the whole room. But I held it together, and even when I was in the hospital, I facilitated my groups out of the hospital on my phone. So you could say that I'm a trooper. All right, so 1JE24 he's from Scotland on the sea. Wow, Essex, England. I know I've posted this before, but here's my WhatsApp. Well, of course you should have hope, Kimbo Blonde Rocker. Go look at my Easter video. Hey, at 1JE. Oh, Southend on the sea, Essex. I thought you said Scotland. I lived in Scotland. Does anybody know that I lived in Scotland? Here, Enda, some of you guys, tell me if you've ever heard this. You've heard of this town, okay? Let me know if anyone's ever heard of this. I lived here in 1982, which is probably before some of you were born. I went to the Findhorn Foundation. I love forests. I love the North Sea. Anyway, 1J24, yeah, I'll give you a call. I have WhatsApp. Doug, I have one question. Depression has ruined my concentration ability. I'm doing better, but I still can't focus on anything. Is this damage permanent? Absolutely not. Okay, as my gym teacher, Mr. Scrub, would say, listen up, Zayam. When I was depressed in 1996, 97, I couldn't even read a comic book. Someone gave me this book called Overcoming Depression. It was thick. It had all about information about the biochemistry in the brain. Shit, I couldn't even read 2 words. And after I came out of the depression, what did I do? For the next 6 months, I wrote this book, then I self-published it, then I promoted it. Everything was restored. You should look at a video I did. Oh, the Republic of Ireland is not in the UK, but by the way, Northern Ireland is. Thank you for that geography lesson. I appreciate it. But Scotland's in the UK, right? They decided not to leave. So I want you to look at this. Please watch this video, will you? Whoever, okay, well, my typing skills are really bad. You can be restored. Hey, another donation. Thank you. 1JE is just going wild on the $1.99 donations. Thank you. Well, I'll give you a WhatsApp call. And how is my book sold? And F, not as well as I had hoped. It's still in print, but only selling about maybe 30, 40 copies a month. But hey, that's something. Of course, I sell it to all my clients. But anyway, you can be restored. Are you a math genius? Yes, I am. I'm very bright in math. I wouldn't say I'm a genius. You know a guy from Forest, 1J? Yeah, well, I love Forest. I had a wonderful time there. But yeah, so I'm very good at math and I can do calculations in my head, but no, I couldn't get my PhD. You got to be really, really smart to get your PhD. Let me see, let me go back. Any tips to stopping a crazy stream of thoughts? Yes, go ahead and get a medication called Luvox, L-U-V-O-X. Did I answer your questions, I am, about everything can be restored, your mind can be restored, your concentration, everything can get better. Read my memoir, you'll know why. Yeah, 4-H is very good. So FlexYard, I'm good at math, but no genius. Let me see. Yeah, as I am, I hear you, meds can fog the brain along with depression itself. I think you almost have to train the brain to slow down, think moment to moment. Mine was permanent. What was permanent, Zomilas? I'd like to know. Hey, Leanne! Oh my goodness, you're back. Have you liked our little chats we've been having on the YouTube comments? Remember, I said I would want your help on doing a video on borderline, but you never got back to me. Here, Leanne, you've commented, but you've never written me an email. Just send something to douglasblock@gmail.com, will you? That would be really cool if you could do that. We could collaborate on my next video on BPD. I found today my ex-girlfriend has a boyfriend. It made me really sad. Of course, loss. The number one cause of depression is loss. You have my empathy. Hi, Leanne. How have you been feeling? Some people can be very touchy. UK politics. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will definitely know that only Northern Ireland is part of the UK. Thank you. May I ask when you'll call me? Well, yeah, well, maybe I'll call you. How about 2 o'clock today? My time, 10 your time, just to say hello briefly. How does that sound? One clear exam. For the last 5 minutes, I've been able to flick through home magazines, but last night I was able to read these 3 chapters of the book. Well, there you have it. So one, clearly your concentration is returning, just like I said. That's the main mind's way of diverting you, Rasmus say. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm okay, I will, Doug. I tend to write novels. Wow. Nice, right? I could never write a novel. I don't have that type of a brain. I'm a nonfiction writer, personally. I communicate information. The essence of me is a teacher, professor. That's what my wife has told me for years. Novels require a different part of the brain, the right brain, and so I commend you for writing a novel. Sam, thanks, Doug. I will watch the video right away. David Starkweather, I stopped them shortly after I started them. Side effects were terrible. Yes, I think you need to make a lot of effort. Zion, what country do you live in? Sorry for the typos. Don't worry about it. I have horrible typos. Rasmus A, my mind is most of my waking time suicidal. Thank you. My life purpose is stronger than yours to kill myself, but dealing with these meds makes me exhausted. Well, maybe you could find different meds. You should talk to your doctor. So Malas, do you think that we survive because we continue consoling yourself? I'm a hypersensitive person. I feel big empathy for people in wars, poor people, children. I just don't know how to help myself. Zoma Loss, give yourself the empathy you give others. And find people who will give the same empathy that you give others, find people who will give empathy to you. A lot of it has to do with just finding the right kind of support. Forever Freak, you're back. So many different ideas and stories that come into mind, but never can write them down. Why not? Dictate them. Here, get a microcassette and just talk into it. I don't know what I do with my iPhone, but you can just get a microcassette recorder. No, when I have ideas that are coming fast and furious, you know, for my next video script, I can't write them down. I just talk them into a recorder and then transcribe them. So I want you to basically try that out, Forever Freak. Siam, you're from Morocco. Well, you know what? Morocco was on the front page of the New York Times today. They're having a big festival there. Didn't you know that? Go look at NewYorkTimes.com. Huge story on a Moroccan festival. Looked like the food was really good. Doug, what would you like me to email you about my borderline experience? Yes, Leanne, and I want to use that with your permission as part of my video on that. Of course, not going to mention your name, but just, I need information for someone who's actually gone through it. I know about it, like thinking about it, reading about it, but I need someone who's actually been through it, and you seem to have been through it big time. So yes, that's what I'd like you to write me, and I will consult with you before I make the video. That would be a tremendous help. I'm not going to do anything on borderline unless I get someone's personal experience. Otherwise, it's just intellectual stuff. Can't make it tonight. After this, I'm busy. How about tomorrow if you're serious? At 2 o'clock, I'm going to be with my friend Noah. So this is what you should do, Rasmus A. Why don't you go ahead and, not Rasmus, 1G24, why don't you email me sometimes you'll be available. What about, let's see, tomorrow, what about like 10 a.m. tomorrow my time? What about 6 p.m. your time Thursday? Anyway, email me when you're available. Whoops, that's my website, healingfromdepression.com. Here's my email list, douglasblock@gmail.com. Yeah, just email me sometimes. That'd be great. You know, 5 minutes or so we'll be on the phone, just chat to check in and say hello. I mean, I do long distance coaching, but you know, I charge for that. But you know, of course, if you want to hire me as a long distance coach, I do that for a lot of people overseas. Just go to healingfromdepression.com and check on mental health coaching if you want to read about that. Healing from I can't even type, can I? Speaking of long distance coaching, I have a coaching client in Denmark. Does anyone know where Denmark is? I think it's somewhere in South America, but maybe you could help me out. Depasky, how Doug, you're looking good. I haven't seen your videos lately. How's Noah? Well, you know, funny you should mention that. He's struggling with his drinking, but I'm going to have lunch with him tomorrow. He's going to buy, of course. No, don't tell him I said that. But anyway, I'm going to find out tomorrow. He seems to be holding his own. I had a nice chat with him on the phone last night. System will be good if I'll confirm. Okay. Douglas, you didn't show email properly. Really? Huh. Well, Oh my God, hold on for a second. DOUGLASBLOCH@gmail.com. One Claire Lou, how does that look? That's my email list. Denmark is beside Sweden? You sure it's not in South America? Wow. I'm joking, of course. I've been to Copenhagen, guys. Come on. Anyway, I was trying to be funny. Yes, I've been to Copenhagen. Denmark's a really cool country, except it's too dark during the winter. Denmark is Europe. Big deal, I was born there. That's what my grandfather would say. Okay, so one Claire Lou, do you see my email address now? Are you happy? Yeah, much better. Rasmus, you take vitamin B. It helps me a lot. Yes, people essentially need B vitamins when they're going through depression. One Claire Lou, yep, you're smiling. You figured out I was joking. Well, good. Hey, I knew all the capitals of the United States when I was a kid. I knew all the square miles of all the states. How's that thing for an idiot savant? You know, like the capital of Oregon is Salem. How's that? By the way, what is the capital of Scotland? It's either... Someone tell me the capital of Scotland. It's Edinburgh and Glasgow are the two main cities there, but I've always wanted to know the capital of Scotland. I'm going to guess Edinburgh. That'd be my guess. Rasmus is the most popular name in Denmark. I didn't know that. Are you from Denmark? No, I thought you lived somewhere in Estonia or something. Wow, Mahavishnu, you're from Sweden. Oh, another cool Northern European country. I loved Ingmar Bergman, my favorite director in the 60s. Whoops, we only have 3 minutes left. I have to get off at 55 after the hour to get ready for my 1 p.m. client from Denmark. I'll say hello to him, you guys. Does doing these videos help you too? I know you feel better when you help others out. Yes. That's the whole thing. You serve, that's what, you know, the 12 step of Alcoholics Anonymous is. We give it away in order to keep it. So if I'm not serving, I can get depressed. My birth sign is Pisces, and one of the keys for Pisces is serve or suffer. If I'm not serving, I'm suffering. So yes, we all need to serve. It feels good. It feels good to reach out. So yes, Leanne, very astute, very good observation. It's not for me. Someone else asked about it, but it was upside down. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Thank you, Claire Lou. Now we got it. You got the email address now? I'm glad you're all going to lunch tomorrow. I hope he's doing okay. Well, I will mention Forever Freak that you care about him, definitely. Larry is sorry to hear that. I was aware kratom is addictive, but I thought it was fairly mild. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about kratom. Douglas, meds never work for me. I don't take meds. The only thing I take are supplements. You mentioned fish oil, zinc, iodine, vitamin D. Those are great things to take. Hey, if you can basically manage your depression with supplements, more power to you. Forever Freak, thanks for the Easter video. I love Forever Freak, Marissa, because she's a loyal watcher of the videos like she does at Noah's channel. You're a good fan, Forever Freak. I love your name. I just love your name because I was a freak in the 1960s. I know you weren't alive then, but I know you identify with them. And ever hear of a group called the Beatles? They were very popular back then. I was at the place called the Laughing Planet, run by a bunch of 20-somethings, and they had the Beatles channel on. They knew every Beatles song. I guess the Beatles are, you know, what's the word? Eternal or classic or, you know, timeless. That's the word I was looking for. I mean, people in their 20s right now listen to the songs that I listened to 50 years ago in the 1960s. So I'm glad the Beatles are still popular. I think you get iodine from a little bit of salt, said David. Well, if it's iodized salt, yes. I'll write email tonight. Time to get dinner ready. LOL. What part of the country do you live in, my friend? Well, you can tell me now or later. Rain Man Savant. Yes, very good. Did you ever see Rain Man, that picture? What an amazing picture. Dustin Hoffman deserved the Academy Award. 51 seconds left. So, going to try vitamin D too. So here's the deal. Oh, Buffalo, right, you've told me that before. Well, no wonder why you're depressed. The weather sucks. I lived in Rochester, New York for 2 years during my first years of college. I had a nervous breakdown. Oh my God, yeah, right down this road from Buffalo. Well, I hope you guys have a good spring anyway. So, final Easter message. What goes down comes up. What dies must be reborn. Winter is followed by spring, night is followed by day, death is followed by rebirth, and I'm going to read to you the final words of When Going Through Hell Don't Stop before I make and here it is, by the way, the phoenix once again, my favorite symbol of resurrection. If you are on the edge of the abyss, don't jump. If you're going through hell, don't stop. As long as you are breathing, there is hope. As long day follows night, there is hope. Set the intention to heal. Reach out for help and support. and you will be healed. Set the intention to heal, reach out for support, and you will find help. That's it. Anybody in their heart of hearts who wants to really get better and ask for help will get it. The universe is a benevolent place. The universe is responsible. And as Einstein said on his deathbed, Albert Einstein, there's only one important question: is the universe friendly? And the question based on my life is yes. The universe has been friendly to me, even with all the suffering, pain, and misery I've gone through. Whenever I needed help, it came in the nick of time. So God bless everybody. We will see you on Sunday, which April 8th at 12 o'clock Portland time, 8 p.m. UK time, et cetera, 3 p.m. Buffalo time, every Wednesday, every Sunday at noon on the hour, not until next Easter. Well, you know, and the weekend of May 20th, I'm going to be in New York City visiting my cousin. Will be no ability to do live chat on that Sunday, but I'll let you know ahead of time. But Wednesdays are good. I don't travel on Wednesdays. So anyway, see you on the 1st. Thank you, Forever Freak, for your hearts and your footprints. You're wonderful. Estonia and Northern Europe have just super long night in the winter, super long days in the summer. In June, it will be almost light all day, kind of like Alaska. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. 31 in snowing land. My heart goes out to you. MD Douglas, thanks for helping me a lot. First time I've seen you. If you want to, return the favor, go to my Patreon site and become a sustaining member. And until we meet again, I wish you all the best. Mental health recovery. You guys can keep chatting after this streaming is over. And please feel, yes, I can't believe that Stephen Hawking is dead. Well, he lived to be 71. He was only supposed to live until 23. Here's my email one more time. It's not upside down. OneClairLou, DouglasBlog@gmail.com. Please write me any questions, comments, and if you want to contribute, you can do so at PayPal, and that's my PayPal address. Or you can go to patreon.com, patreon.com, and search for Douglas Block.